you know, I think that Mandalorian's going to be good. I think I think this is going to be a good year for Star Wars. I think that the Ahsoka show and Mandalorian is going to be good. I really am interested in what Acolyte has in store because I do feel like there's not enough exploration on the Sith, and I know you're a big fan of the Sith as well. I'm really excited to see, but I will say this: I would love if we just screwed the sequel stuff and we went to like the old Republic. I would love to get that type of Star Wars
I've
because like
always felt like
the
they should have
freaking
done
old
that.
Republic games are fire, huh, bro?
I've always felt like they should have done that.
I agree that that'll be fire. You could even do the High Republic as well. I would go
Well,
old just
just
because it's more
even from
like
like we talked about earlier, Disney's all about profit, right? Just from a profitability standpoint, why would you make a sequel trilogy? It would make way more sense if you were to like, all right, let's start with the old Republic, then go through, you know what I mean, the High Republic, then get to like the prequel trilogy era, like remake all the movies. You know how much
yep,
money there would be in that?
I agree.
It still is like just from a monetary standpoint, it really didn't make any sense for them to start at a sequel trilogy. Why wouldn't you remake the movies? Which I do hope they eventually do one day, like especially with like Filoni and like Favreau there, like just because like we definitely could use a modernized version of the original trilogy.
Wait. So you're saying like for them to literally like recast and redo it,
Everything, yeah, but they should start from the beginning, like not start from the prequel trilogy, start from way before that, like
and basically just work their way down. So basically, like they would recast Anakin and everything.
when they get to his character, yeah, absolutely.
That
But we
is
would
an
then,
interesting. I've
but then
never
we
heard
would
no one
even
say that. That's
because
interesting.
then we would even get to see things like you would get to see Plagueis and Palpatine actually manipulating the midichlorians to create Anakin. You would get to see all the Sith backstory and all these things that never were fully explained. You would have films worth of time to explain all this stuff and also just paint a larger picture of how vast the lore and galaxy of Star Wars is in general. Like that's one of the things that I think we miss a lot. Like I would love to see like the scene where like Django actually meets with the Kaminoans and Dooku's secretly negotiating the army. I would also love to see like all like I said, the High Republic era and the stuff where like, and then like the right before the Clone Wars, like the New Republic, where you have like, you know what I mean, Dooku, where he's still a Jedi and all this stuff explained, like, because then you just really get to see the characters progress more.
Yeah,
And I think it would just be one of those things where it would be a way for there to constantly be content, and then you could do shows to fill in gaps and stuff like that. Like, there's a
yeah,
lot of stuff that they could do with that. And just a ton of money to be made, which is why, like I said, I'm just surprised Disney hasn't already been like, why don't we just do that?
yeah. So do you agree that the way that George released these films was very like backwards?
I mean, like it was, but it was also
Did
like done
did
that
you
way.
like that? Like would you rather have George done it like 1 to 6 rather than like four? Like you know what I mean?
I mean,
Four
I
to
feel like
six and then
obviously in
1 to 3.
hindsight, yeah, it would definitely be would definitely would have been cooler to have seen it because then you just really wouldn't have expected Anakin's fall to the dark side and really wouldn't have expected him to become Darth Vader. But it was also part of what made it like cool because you saw how he was as Darth Vader and he was so menacing, the greatest Jedi killer ever. You know what I mean? He was just an absolute behemoth of a character. And then you slowly see him like, and then you go back to see him, his story from when he was a kid, see him progress through the ranks of being a Jedi, and see him grow and grow and grow in power until he eventually falls. And you get to see the whole thing. So it kind of was cool to see it in reverse because you get to see it come full circle. Like it's not the
Yeah,
only film they've ever done where they did the original movie, or in this case, original trilogy, and then the prequel after. But yeah, I didn't hate it, but like, sure, don't you think it would probably have been cooler? Like, think about like if they were to ever actually, if they were to actually do this, by the time we got to where they were remaking the prequels, we're talking at least, if they were starting today, we're talking at least 20, 25 years before they even get to the prequels, right? So like,
that's what I was just thinking, bro. I was like that would take like 50 some years, but I still think that would be an awesome way to go because
yeah,
now
because from a yeah, well,
you're just going down like the freaking timeline.
right, but also from a monetary standpoint, like that's 50 years worth of revenue, bro. Like
That's no, that's
nobody's, yeah,
billions
nobody's
of
ever
dollars.
gonna get tired of seeing Star Wars. I'll tell you that right now. Like it's just
Yeah,
even these movies that we're talking about sucked all did at least close to or over $1 billion in theaters. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like, so, but that's the thing though is like it was almost cool to see it go full circle then. But like if you were to do it now, like imagine 20, 25 years from now, like a kid seeing this for the first time, they're going to be shocked to see Anakin become Darth Vader. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it would be almost the opposite effect of what Darth Vader originally had in the original trilogy when people described the first time seeing him on screen.
Yeah, bro. Yo, that is like that really just blew my mind. I don't know why. I've just never thought of it that way of Disney like remaking them all. That would actually be super dope.
But
That
it
would
would
actually be
have to
super
be
dope.
done correctly, and it would have to George's input would have to be present.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
George would
he would
have
have
to
to be
be there.
there.
Yeah, he would have to be there in order for it to work. Like, you would need, especially while he's still alive. This is definitely something that should be like, if they were going to do it, this is something that I would at least be like, at least ask him if he should like do some storyboards and stuff